All right, let's look at homework 6. It says the total cost of 6 books were $43.50 at a local bookstore. How much did each book cost? Right off the bat, I'm looking at this question, and it says how much. That means we're looking for the price for each book. Okay, so that means I'm looking for my E. All right, and now it says the total cost was $43.50. I know I have a total. And the best thing to do is write down the information that you know right away. So if you know the total, write down the total. If you know how much each costs, write it down. If you're looking for how much each costs, put your question mark for the E. Okay? And this is the GET model, GET strategy. G times E equals T. The total cost of 6 books. So we know how many books. These is our groups. Okay, so 6 books times, we're looking for how much each, is going to give us a total of $43.50. Now, something to remember, if you have the total, you will be dividing. $43.50, you're dividing that total is going in the house, divided by, and we have the groups. Okay, so we're going to divide by the 6. Now we're asking ourselves, 6 times what number is going to get us 4, close to 4, almost 4, but not over. And there is nothing we can multiply times 6 that's going to give us something less than 4, or 4. So then we look at 43, and we're asking ourselves, 6 times what number is going to get us closest to 43. Now, I like to draw a T-chart either here or here, doesn't matter. And we're looking at 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 1 is 6, 12, 18. And for those of you that this could help, you could also over here draw 6 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, circle the last one. And whenever you get to this circle, you write that number down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, and then we have 36, 42. Okay, so 6 times what number? 6 times 7 is going to give us 42. We can subtract here, and we're going to bring down the 5, but we're going to bring up the decimal. The decimal goes straight up, y'all. Straight up, the decimal. Okay, so now we're looking at 15. We're looking at 6 times what number can get us closest to 15. I see 12, but this is the number I need. 6 times 2. 6 times 2 equals 12. Subtract and bring down. Now I'm looking for 6 times what number is going to get us closest to 30. Closest to 30, here. 6 times 5. 6 times 5. So that means that each book costs $7.25. This is the same as 7 25/100. All right, moving on to number 2. Number 2 says, each container of pickles holds 8 25/100 ounces of pickle juice. How many containers would be needed to hold 49.5 ounces of pickle juice? I don't know, I'm gravitating today towards looking at the question first. How many containers? So I'm thinking this is groups, so I'm just going to put the G here because I think that's groups. Each container of pickles holds 8.25. Each container holds how much? 8.25. So if this is my GET model, which I believe it is, each container holds 8.25, so 8.25. All right. Each container holds 8.25 ounces of pickle juice. How many containers? So we have ounces and containers. How many containers would be needed to hold 49.5 ounces of pickle juice. Okay, so 49.5 ounces wouldn't be my groups. This would actually be the total number of ounces, okay? And we're looking for how many containers. So that means we're looking for our groups. Remember, if you have a total and you're looking for either the G or the E, you're going to divide. So number 1, we were looking for the E. We had a total, we were looking for each, we divided. Number 2, we have a total, we're looking for the groups, we're still going to divide. When you have that total and you're passing out the same amount, that is division. So let's do that. 49.5 divided by 8.25. And remember the ultimate rule for dividing with decimals. If you have a decimal on the divisor, you cannot proceed with the division. You have to make this divisor a whole number. You cannot divide with the decimal divisor. Okay, so how many spaces do we need to move it over to make it a whole number? 2 spaces. Cross out the old decimal. Please do this. If we move the decimal 2 spaces in the divisor, we also need to move the decimal 2 spaces in the dividend. All right, and that looks like this. 1, 2. Cross out the old decimal. What do we need to put here? We need to fill this in with a 0, placeholder 0, and then we're going to rewrite it. Divided by 825. All right, so this is a big number, but don't worry. Let's just start with 2 and see where we're at, okay? So we're looking for 825 times what number is going to get us closest to 4,950. We know that it's 3 digits, so we have to go 3 digits here. Okay, and this is 495. We can't multiply 825 times anything that's going to get us under this 495. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 825 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, that's 5. 2 times 8 is 16. All right, that's way too low. I'm going to jump up to 5. 825 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And 5 times 8 is 40, plus this 1 is going to be 41. Let's try it. Let's see if we can go further without going over that. So I'm going to do times 6. 825 times 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 6 times 8, well, I did my, 6 is here. 6 times 7 is 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. All right, that's 6 times 8, and it helps to do your T-chart. So you can always look back at that. So 48 plus 1 is 49, and guess what? We are right on the money. So 825 times 6 is 4,950. We are zeroed out. Okay, so this means, what are we answering? How many containers? So this answer would be 6 containers. All right, that is all for homework number 6. I hope you understand.